Hello and welcome to another video for myatmm.com. It's time to look for some transactions to track or some new positions to get into, so let's get right to it. Here we are on Charles Schwab's Thinkorswim application, their stock trading application. And something else I wanted to show you guys that the application, the web application is actually capable of, the myatmm.com website, is it is capable of tracking iron condors as well. I have added a custom strategy that allows you to enter those. So I did place 2 paper trade iron condors this past week. I just every now and then like to play around with them, and they actually ended up being profitable. I was messing around with the 1 days or the 0 DTE iron condors, so I had placed one on QQQ that ended up expiring worthless, and so it was profitable for the 15 bucks. And I also placed another one on SPY, and I did that 10 contracts deep. Again, it was just a 0 DTE one day to expiration iron condor, and I ended up getting 110 for that minus the fee, so it was actually, I guess, what, 90 or 80 or something like that. Anyway, I wanted to go ahead and show you how I use the web application to track these transactions. So let's go ahead and go over to the website and I can show you that. Okay, so here we are on the web application at myatmm.com. Got logged in, shows us the dashboard as the first screen. We need to come over to the cost basis, and we are dealing with 2 symbols, QQQ and SPY, and we do not have those in here being tracked currently. So let's go ahead and add the first one. We can add QQQ, click save, and that will automatically capitalize it and add us a new placeholder in here for that. And let's go ahead, and we need to put a new, first off, let's get the Thinkorswim up on the screen so we can reference the transaction that occurred. So there we go. All right. So right here is the one that we're interested in. So it's a 447, 448, 434, and 433 strikes. And something that I'm just now noticing is it didn't have the individual strike prices. So give me just a second. Okay, so on Thinkorswim I adjusted it to where it would show us that information, because so here's the QQQ Iron Condor transaction. As you can see, it consolidated it all into one transaction, which does make it nice when you're just doing accounting and hit the account statement to see what your balance and what you added and what your fees were. But when you want to go see the details, like the price that you got for every single option, like what you paid for each option, what you sold it for, you can look at this trade history group here, and right here it shows the iron condor with the purchasing, basically buying and selling the call and buying and selling the put, and you can see the total credit received, but then you can see the individual breakout, and we do want that detail because we're going to need it on the web application. Alright, so I had actually already done this, but let me go ahead and back it out. Alright, so we had added the QQQ to the stock ticker symbols, and what you can do is by default that drop down option is selected default, but you can change it to a different strategy, which right now I just have an iron condor. Click new, and it'll add a new draft position for that iron condor, and then it's just a matter of coming through here and filling it out. So the buy to open put, sell to open put, and then the sell to open call, and the buy to open call. Alright, so the strike price for that, and you can generally just start at the lowest one, which I'm pretty sure is what these guys do. So it looks like actually it doesn't put it in order, so it's a little weird. So let's see if we can do this. I am interested to know if I can just put this in strike price order. Let's see here. Okay, it won't let us, so we're just going to have to do some sorting math in our head. Alright, so the buy to open put. So the easiest thing to do is it basically just goes from the lowest number to the highest number on the strike. So that's the easiest way to think about it. So looking over at Thinkorswim, the lowest one is 433. The price we got for that was 13 cents, as you can see, because we've got the 433 there and 13 cents there. Then we just go up to the next one, 434 and 28. And so you can just use that to fill this out. Whoops, I typed it in wrong. It's 28 cents. And then 447, we have to go up to the top row because, again, they don't put this in order. I did try and click this. It does say you can sort it, but obviously the sort doesn't work there, so that's not very helpful. All right, so 447 is the next one. The premium we got for that was 02. And then the next one's 448 for the call, and we paid 2 for that. So that was actually a wash to do that. So that probably wasn't a reason to do that. But in any case, as you can see, as we've been typing this information in, it was filling this out for us and changing these to the correct numbers for the Iron Condor, the expiration that it ran, or rather March 22. Oh yeah, sorry. What is that? Is that for the for the expiration of 22? And it actually did expire. No, the expiration on this is, look, March 14th right there. So we need to change this to March 14th. There we go. And the start date for that was on the 14th as well. We placed that day. It was only one contract. It was a net credit of 15 cents. So let's go ahead and click save here. All right, and that added it to our custom strategy group. So if you were to expand that, you would see each of the transactions listed out here. These are each of the legs of the option. You can see the Iron Condor name right here. Days to expiration, well, it says -3 because it expired 3 days ago. The net credit that we received was 15 cents per share. The collateral we had to put into the deal for that was $100, and overall is 0 for the profit. Because what it does is I allow you to adjust these legs if you chose to roll it to adjust the Iron Condor, and it will keep up with your overall profit or loss on that position as you go. All right. So as any option that we add to this thing, it adds it here, but then it also adds the proposed records down here. And we need to go ahead and move those down individually to track them. Unlike Thinkorswim, I actually track each option individually. And I do that so you can actually adjust a single leg in here if you want. It'll support that. All right. And it's 260, and I believe that's because each one of these was 65 cents. Yeah, that's true. So I need to put 65 cents for each of these, and the fees was 6 cents, it looks like. So it looks like that was, I'm not quite sure. Some of them were 1 cent, some of them were 2 cents apparently. So let's just do some quick math here. It doesn't really matter which ones we throw these on. So let's just do 2 cents there, 3, 4, and then another 2 cents down here. That'll total up for the 6 cents in miscellaneous fees you see here. And we need to put 65 cents right there as well. Okay, so now we got the proposed records ready to go. So now all we got to do is move them down one by one and save them. So click the first one, save. The second one, and save it. Click the third one, save it. Click the fourth one, save it. All right, so now we have that into the transaction history. And if you were to scroll up to the very top, you'd see the total premium that we've collected on this whole thing is $12.30. And if you took 15 minus 260 minus the 6 cents, you would come up with that same number, $12.30. And so there we go. We have added this Iron Condor to the web application to be tracked. Now, moving ahead in time, because this expired obviously 3 days ago, we came out of it with it expiring worthless, so we got to pocket all of that money. So what you can do, or what you do, is you just remove it from the board, and you can remove one leg at a time. So the funny thing about it is, if you actually wanted to change this to a call credit spread or a put credit spread, you could actually just let one of the sides expire and keep on going and rolling the next one if you wanted to, or vice versa, or whatever the heck you wanted to do with this. It would allow you to play with each leg on its own individually if you chose to. All right, so we're going to just remove it from the board. So it's just a matter of clicking each one of these to remove it. And then there you go. It's off the board, and we are fully reset on this one. All right, so let's go ahead and go do SPY real quick, and we'll see how that one works. All right, so to do that, we're going to be entering this transaction, but obviously QQQ is showing here, and that's because I'm filtering it by the symbol up here. So if I click in here and I type in SPY, you'll see how it swapped it out to the SPY order, because I did these on the same day. I did them both on March 14th. I did the QQQ and I did the SPY. Only the SPY one I did 10 contracts of. All right, so what we need to do is in the web application, you can see we don't have SPY, so we need to go ahead and click add, type in the word letters SPY, click save, and now we have that one. We need to put an Iron Condor on the draft positions, so we queued it up again. We need to find the lowest to the highest because that's the way iron condors work. All right, so we start off at 506 with a premium of 24, then 507, the price at 30, and then it's 518, price at 12, 519, price of 07. And as you can see, the net credit was $11, and now we did 10 of them, so we need to adjust this up to the 10 contracts. The start date was on the 14th. The expiration also was on the 14th. And so there's the 110. So you can see the 110. And then we need to calculate the fees and the commissions. All right. So we're going to click save here, and it's going to move it down to custom strategy. So let's go ahead and click save. And now we expand the custom strategy, and you can see it right there in the custom strategy. And it added the proposed records as normal down here. I will say, so 650, because that's times 10, it's 65 cents times 10, so that makes a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and do 650 here, and so that's 10, 10. If I did 10 here, and we're just going to adjust and throw the difference into the last one, because that'll just make the math easier. So give me just a second. All right, so the 650 commission for each one of these, and let's go ahead and do 0.07, 0.07, 0.06, 0.06. I think that's right. So 6, that's 12. Having to do some math here. So actually 6 plus 7 is 13. That's 20, and then 26. So yeah. So there's our 26 in miscellaneous fees. All right. So again, we need to move them down one by one and click save to add them to the permanent transaction history. So let's go ahead and just do that. Here's the first one, second one, third one, and the fourth one. All right, so now those are added to the permanent transaction history. Scroll up to the top, we will see we have collected a total of $83.74 in premium on this one. And then once again, we added this in hindsight. So this was expired, 3 days ago, so we don't need this on the board anymore. And you can see that the overall profit was $83.74. All right, so let's go ahead and remove that one. And then there we go. Now it's reset back to 0. So there you go. That's 2 examples of tracking an iron condor using the web application myatmm.com. I want to thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and go out today to myatmm.com and get your free account so you can start tracking your own transactions. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.